Top box enables us to calculate Net Promoter Scores based on responses received to questions that ask how likely it would be for us to recommend a product or service to friends, family, or colleagues. We start by dragging our NPS question across to our questions panel. And as we do this, we see the answers appearing in the panel below. We check the boxes for our promoters, those that give either a score of 10 or a score of 9. And let's give this a label promoters. And then we click on create. We then follow the same procedure for grouping our detractors. So it says 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we'll call it detractors. And then we click on create. Although it isn't required for our Net Promoter Score calculation, let's also create a grouping for our passives, so our 8s and 7s. Give it a label called passives, and we'll click on create once again. We can now go ahead and calculate our Net Promoter Score. Do that by clicking on the Net Promoter Score icon in the ribbon. We then select our promoters group item from the drop-down and subtract our detractors group from it. Let's give the NPS variable a label. Let's call it our NPS score and click create to finalize. Next we can save the NPS groups that we've created by adding them to our coding tree. Let's put them in a folder called NPS and we'll click on add to coding tree. And if we navigate to our coding folder, we can see our newly created NPS coded variables. Let's test the results we get by dragging these variables across to our row axis, and let's chop to neaten them up and click on run. If we have a look at our Net Promoter Score, we can see that we get a score of negative 3.02, meaning that our respondents are probably not going to be as likely to recommend our product or service. The score comes from our promoter score of 30 minus our detractor score of 33. Remember to turn on column percentage statistic in order to make the scores visible.